think we should be live now. Yet another wonderful day of drifting in Riga, Latvia, Drift Masters 2026. So we have some comments coming in. Hopefully the audio is okay again, and I have done some improvements to my setup, or I have little tweaks, and this is now the problematic camera that we had yesterday. I think it's not jinxing it, but at least the link health seems to be fine. I don't know if there's some other interference there, but at least for now, some 15 minutes, half an hour, it's been relatively okay, but we will only see when the cars are coming. Yes, yesterday was a wonderful day, at least for me. Reached the top 10,000 subscribers, and as I have told you, there is going to be the raffle game that takes place in Germany. Also, I must mention at this point that Germany race for this channel will be quite interesting and special. Not revealing yet what it's gonna be, but on top of that raffle game, where all of the information will be presented on this channel, there's gonna be something really cool happening in Germany. But now we are in Riga, and of course we will take a look on the schedule of today. So what do we see here? Practice sessions today are a little bit shorter than yesterday. Yesterday it was a mega session of over 4 hours of drifting. It happened in very tricky conditions, so hopefully today it will be better. We have a almost overcast sky at the moment, but we have a little bit of a gaps there between the clouds. There is the latest forecast that I took a look was like 0.1 millimeter rain forecasted at some point of the afternoon. Hopefully that's not going to happen, but it's definitely not forecast for the time when the qualification is on. Practice sessions. We have this first session of 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's again in 3 groups. It's 50 minutes per group. Groups A, B and C, like yesterday, unusual. Group A has all the drivers in the lower positions in the standings. Although, as we speak, I can see that Connor Falvey is actually, no, he was just driving the car, not getting into the lineup. So all the wildcards and the lower standing drivers are in this first group. Then we have the middle group, Group B, and for the Finns it might be interesting because Lauri Heinonen is actually in Group B, and at least yesterday his Dodge NASCAR engine seemed to work just fine. And then we have a practice Group C that starts at noon. It's going to be all the hot drivers, top position drivers in the standings at this moment. Then there's going to be 1 hour break, or a little bit over 1 hour break at 1 p.m. and then there's going to be yet another practice group that only has half an hour per group. So all in all, less than 2 hours of practice there. Then there's going to be another break, and at 5 p.m. local time we will kick off the qualification of Riga. So that is the schedule of the day. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you enjoy it, and even though we have reached the 10,000 subscriber mark, please like the stream. It helps everybody else to find this, and the more the merrier. It's a question, did I change the setup of the cameras today? Yes, I did. This should be a little bit better. It is still in the same position. I have just taken it a little bit further down this corner here, so it's closer, and I'm closer in the grandstands. So those are the changes I have made. As we can see, it's not like super stable, but hopefully it's better than yesterday. I have some ideas for tomorrow when I was looking at this thing today, but I just didn't have time to proceed with that. But let's see. Yeah. Also, with my face, hello to everybody. Good to have you here, and I'm super excited about this day as well, as I'm usually every day of Driftmasters. So good to have you following and good to have you watching the stream. So basically it is 4 minutes to go. I can see, well, I can actually show you guys as well. There's the road where the cars are driving towards the lineup. Something to be mentioned is that the Jason Banet's car is okay, drivable. We saw the massive shunt of him before my eyes here in the second corner of Driftmasters in Riga, and that was a massive crash. But luckily it was just mechanical, and I would say not mostly, but also cosmetic on the car. No harm done to any of the drivers or anybody in the track. And yeah, super cool to have Jason Banet back in the game. I don't know if he's gonna be in the group 1 here just to test the car, or group A. Sometimes they change the groups just to test something and be sure, and then play a little bit of a the schedule game. But yes, I mean, I just saw Jason Banet's car driving there. There was also a camera car in front of Jason Banet's car, so I believe they are making a story of that one for your qualification broadcast today, or for Driftmasters show. 3 minutes. Do we have any comments here? Yes, 5 o'clock. It's the qualification. Cool to have so many of you already started to view the stream, and I hope more will come. And as always, click that like button while you're watching. There's also the hype function, which I think works for the live streams as well, so that is also one possibility to support. I think it's specifically made for smaller channels, like this is in the global scale considered to be a smaller channel. And what else? Yeah, hey, if you really are a hardcore fan of my streams and stuff, then there's also a possibility to join as a supporter member in YouTube and gain an access to a wonderful WhatsApp group of already, I think it's maybe closer to 90 people now, at least past 80 people. And also you can go to rollingrudy.fi, where there are a launch page for all of my social media. I recommend you to take my Instagram. Also follow me there, because there's gonna be some special content coming in Germany to there. And one more thing is that you can also find the merch shop there in my launch page, rollingrudy.fi, and if you want to get a t-shirt, or I don't even remember what there are in the merch shop hosted by Fiola, you can pick something from there. But yes, I think it should be any minute, any second now when we have the first car coming, and I think I'm ready. Hope you are ready as well. Have a cup of coffee, have a sandwich, whatever you want to do at this time of the day when you're following drift practice. Let's see who will be the first one to start this session. Exciting, exciting. I think there they go. So it was Karim Hani and all of his Let's Collins. Something happened in Olivin's run there in the first part of it, and he drove directly back to the lineup or to the paddock. Not really sure, but we are back in action. I think the camera is better now. Mattias Lindell. And as you can see, the smoke situation is a little bit bothering today. The smoke is floating quite much in the last corner. We don't have too much wind, which is for weather feeling pleasant, quite nice, but for the smoke clearing a little bit bad. But that was Mattias Lindell, Roman Kondrachenko. Then we have Sim Oskar Häl. Appears to be a single run. And then we guess where the car is. Okay, it's already here. It's a new location to film today as well. I am basically in the very end of this grandstand here, so need to get my camera driving right as well. So who's the next one to come? Wonder how much this angle has been affected by all the people coming to the grandstands. We will see. That's Clint van Oort. I think this car camera is performing pretty okay now. Hello from New Zealand. Hello back. And it's Ella Coco, George Christopher, and something happened with his run. Is it mechanical? Is it... what is it? Very slowly. Of course you need to go very slowly in the paddock anyway. And now he's there behind the spotter stand. By the way, these are our spotters here, your spotters, team spotters. Okay, this doesn't look good. We have guys going there with the oil absorbent, so that was a mechanical failure on Ella Coco's car. So we will have supposedly a short break here. Something failed in the car. Maybe we will get some information about that. That's really unfortunate. We have seen so many car failures, mechanical failures this year. And as you can see, the track marshals are checking the track thoroughly. Because, you know, oil spill at that point of the track would be almost lethal. So we have a break now. And I think I can then take a couple of comments now. There's a comment that the second camera would be better on that wood mat balloon there. I can tell you, I had that in my mind, but then as it is like the only structure you can see where it would have made any sense to put the camera is like this truss thing next to the balloon. And I thought about it, and if I had put it in there, it would be now blocked by that balloon. So hey, 74 Samsa, thanks for the €5. My morning coffee is probably gonna be quite late in the afternoon, or early evening, but hey, thanks anyway. So that has actually, literally, it would have happened like that with that camera if I had put it in there. And then there is no other like a super relevant place to put it other than where it is sitting now. I would have liked to put it a little bit closer to, we are looking at it. If I would have liked to move the camera a little bit to the left from where it is now, but then it would be like directly at those antennas that I'm not sure if they are really causing any interference. I'm not 100% sure, but there are two of those, and the camera is now like 5 meters from them. But if I had put this camera to the most left position of this angle, it would have been right on top of those antennas. So there are a lot of things that affects this, but it would be super nice if you had just like a free card to decide any height, any place, anywhere, because then it's also like I have this constraint of time when I'm setting up the cameras. I'm taking everything always down for the night. I need to charge everything. I need to be sure that the cameras are working. I don't really want them to be here like in the overnight moisture. So all of that stuff is kind of needs to be taken into consideration. But I guess you probably already know about that, but I like to talk about it because it's pretty much it is so much present in what I do during these days that I kind of want to give some of that back to you as well. Question, does Merilo drive? He is not driving in this competition. He was the wild card in Finland, but not here. And wild cards are Siim Oskar Häl, Alvis Leskalnens, Daniel Baumanis, Raman Kandrachenka, Martin Immermanis, Matthias Lindell. And did I miss somebody? Usually somebody corrects me very quickly if I miss some critical information, but of course Andrius Vasiliauskas. And all of these guys are driving in this first group. Very soon, when we get the track cleared after Ela Kokos mechanical failure, not sure if it was a gearbox or engine related. Maybe I'll text. Practice has started, but they are now clearing the track from oil of Ela Kokos' car, so that is why we are having this break in this very beginning of the session. So it should be any minute now. I think we have track marshal or the start line marshal. Is it him checking the track? Of course, all of the oil needs to be absorbed into that oil absorbing material and then blown away, brushed away, and this is the most, I would say, most dangerous part of the track if there is any sort of discrepancy in the grip level there, so they need to be quite thorough in getting that cleared. So we have not seen too many runs yet today. Question, can you show us replays or how this works? I haven't done any replays yet today, so I don't have anything to play back. These are like per stream, so if I have 10 clips from this stream, I can then replay those, but I didn't record yet anything because there was no events. There's also a question about how big my team is. Here it is one person, and usually it is one person, so it's just me. And yeah, it has been quite a lot of work and development to kind of come up into this position where I can do this in this level. I try to improve into every race, and I can tell you that Germany will be special. There's even like a special reveal coming, but you need to wait for that until the pre-race stream. And by the way, I can also mention that the Germany race pre-race live stream that I usually do on Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the evening, will exceptionally be on Monday before the race on the same week. I think people on the track are now going into correct direction in terms of we getting back in action. Still some leaf and blower action there, and I think then we should be ready to go. And have over 1,000 viewers at the moment. I think it is always a good number. Press that like button so that we can make people more aware of this stream, and we find maybe some new viewers as well. I think it looks now good. We have some track marshals in the later part of the track. I think they're just taking their normal positions now. I think all in all here, all kind of cleaning operations and towing operations and everything has been pretty effective, so that is wonderful. Always appreciate all of these guys doing the hard work and getting the track ready for safe racing again, or safe practice. I think most of the leaf blowing happens now outside the actual track, so when we get the track marshals on their positions, we should be ready to go, which means pretty much now. And we have the next one coming. And that was Andrius Vasiliauskas in the lead and Karim Hani in the chase. And once again, usually I try to have a start line camera to present the drivers for you guys, but here it is a little bit limited, so I cannot see the start line, and this camera is now giving us a little bit of a trouble. Let's see. And the drone flying there as well. That was Juha Pöytälaakso and Matias Lindell, a Finnish duo. I think there was a little bit of maybe a little bit going wide in the clip number 4. What happened there? Might need to jump quickly to the number 1 camera from here. I think Juha Pöytälaakso, well, he had a pretty good line in there. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Martin Immermanis. Currently the smoke is mostly just floating in there, so might have a little bit of a visibility issues here today, or challenges, however you like to call them. And yes, there was a comment about, maybe a little bit sarcastic, about giving feedback of what I do. If it's something that is by any means relevant, keep it coming. Just bitching around doesn't help anything. It's Konstantin Shurenko. And Alavis Let's Kalnins was also there in the chase, which then didn't turn out to be too long of a chase. Alavis returned to the paddock, or back to the lineup already. That is Harry Kerr. Harry Kerr from Ireland. And the situation in Elakoko George Christopherou garage is engine kaput. Just got a message from his brother, unfortunate for them. That was a little bit of a rally car action there with suitable equipment, I would say. Let's see about that. Taking it a little bit too hard over the curb there, and definitely going to the no-go zone. I think this start of the session has been maybe surprisingly I would say eventful. Even yesterday in the difficult conditions, I think we saw more steady runs. But of course, you need to up your push towards the qualification. That's for sure. We have Daniels Baumanis and Daniels Baumanis and Andrius Vasiauskas. By the way, if you want to see the comments of the drivers after the first practice session, there is yet another stream from yesterday on my channel here from the Drivers Parade. I think it's almost probably 1 hour and 45 minutes of interviews and talking with the drivers. So if you're interested in that kind of content, check that as well. And the next interview stuff will be then from between top 32 and top 16, again on this channel. Roman Kondratchenko taking it really wide there in pit number 1. That was a little bit of a scrappy run from him. Let's see how that was first corner. There he comes. Pushes it quite hard and just a little bit too deep into the first clip. The drone guys are showing off there. Info Nord, Juha Pöytälaakso. Yesterday evening I did a little bit of a tour around the paddock. So who were the last one standing? There was some action under the car of Daniels Baumanis. And I think otherwise it was pretty stable. Of course, I mean, Jean Panet, there was some obvious fixes after that massive crash, but quite much of smoke here. Enver Haskasa and Martin Timmermanis. Replay of the first corner action here as well. Let's see how that. Bit wide in the entry for Enver. Well, super nice to have this camera angle working now. So much better than yesterday. And then it's Konstantin Shurenko. I think it's starting to be a little bit sunny even here, which is nice. Engine failure. Yeah, I think the connection just dropped for a bit. Didn't miss anything. There was a question about have any Finns had engine failures, and I don't think so. A lot of commitment from Harry Kerr, rookie full season driver this year from Ireland. Also talked with him yesterday in the parade, so find his comments from there as well. Okay, I think we have now some interruptions here. And for this first camera that seems to have a little bit of these issues now again, for this position I basically changed the transmitter, receiver, the camera, everything is changed, so it is due to the conditions here, not related to the gear. Let's see how it recovers itself. Not very well. And if somebody could just tell me why it's like that, that would be super nice. Daniel Spauman is then so seemingly the work they were doing with the car in the evening was worth it. I believe that was probably with the clutch or gearbox. Scotty and Honey. In my interview yesterday, Karim told me that he doesn't drive with his new car, which is a BMW G42, a new chassis M2, but instead he still has the own car which has only the G42 body kit, and it's an E46 out of the skin. And the reason he told was that because the new car is pretty much built to the Benedicta's Gerba spec, because it's a similar car, and still has some learning to do with the car, and also need to adjust and set up the car better for him, so he's still going with the old one. And there was no mercy to the rev limiter. Once again, clean for north. Meyer. Couple of solo runs we have seen here. Now that I've also played around with the cameras, and I have a little bit different cameras in every of the stationary positions, and this should probably have a little bit more wider angle now. So we have probably doubled the amount of spectators from yesterday for this practice session. What did happen there with Matthias Lindell? Let's take another look. Quite okay looking line in there. Just a little bump to them towards the curb there. Just wonder, did the rear bumper actually leave the game already earlier? Yes, I think so. Yeah, it was already gone before. see quite many solo runs now. It always kind of makes sense in the qualification day practice. I think they have plenty of practice time all together at this event, so that is good. Yeah, this camera is almost useless. By the way, I can tell you that this finish line camera here, it's completely covered with rubber and everything, all the debris that is coming from yesterday when I took it down. It was like absolutely filthy. Raman Kondrachenko in that beautiful Mercedes-Benz AMG TT. The very special steering setup. Only 180 degrees from lock to lock. That was Juha Pöytälaakso in the chase. Because he did make some sort of mistake, because he just then spun back and towards the paddock. Here's the tire marks he left. What kind of action did we have there with Martin Schimmermanis and Andrius Vasiliauskas? It's just a little bit too big angle for Marsha and just kind of stalls the drift there. And through all of that smoke, again, quite difficult to see any action, and we're now facing also the situation that when we have sunshine, all of the smoke turns like super white and overexposes everything in the camera, so It's a little bit of a challenge. Konstantin Shurenko a little bit in trouble there in the last corner. Got a little bit lucky with the wind. Also, I'm not saying it out loud now about this camera. The inside clip cone has been put back in, and we are ready for the next one. That is Karim Hani, Matthias Lindell. Good. What do we have next? I think we are actually quite close to wrapping up this Group A. Should be the end of the first practice session. I guess it is, because we are seeing something nice tandem there from the team members in clip number 1. So I believe it's going to be a little bit of a repeating of clips for 10 minutes. And there we now there's a question about the first camera. Okay, I try to take it one question or comment at a time. So first of all, the practice session B will be the next one. That starts at 11 o'clock. And just reminding all of you guys, Lauri Heinonen is in Group B. And Group C then starts at 1 p.m. Then again about the camera, basically from yesterday when I had trouble with here that makes it a problem somehow. Now it seems to be just fine again. I haven't really touched anything, really changed anything, so this is a little bit of a mumbo jumbo voodoo things that is going on here with these cameras. Did Jason Banet get his car back up and running? Yes. Are the Finnish drivers' cars intact and working? Yes. There's a good comment from Kiiri Vesniemi about the frequencies here. Yes, it should be in the dynamic frequency selection mode. So it might be that this is now the selected frequency, automatically selected frequency is just more suitable now. So the only problem that I now have with it is that I don't really know sure which frequency I am using because it doesn't show it right away, and I'm not gonna learn to check it right now. And then there's also there are these channels. I think those are dynamically changed as well. I maybe need to check now. It is DFS 6 channel, and because I think it somehow dynamically also monitors the traffic on these channels, that it will then push it to another one if it doesn't. This is like probably need to learn about those things as well. So question, what happened to Heinonen? Nothing. And yeah, that Heinonen's alcohol test from yesterday, it was because of the fumes, ethanol fumes in the car. .13 promille. Could you zoom in camera number 2 a bit? Not now. I will try to do that for the next practice session. It is a good idea. But it is actually might be that it's zoomed already in as much as it. I will check. I have time between the practice sessions. But it's a super good idea. Would make all the sense. But hey, once again, good to see you, all of you, so many guys watching the stream, and we are close to 2,000 viewers at the moment. Why don't you know that we don't have any active driving going on? Hit that like button and help more people finding this stream. Yes, the qualification will start at 5 p.m. 1700 time. What else? What else? The next practice session, there's two groups B and C left of this practice session, and the next one will start then at 2 p.m. Yeah, I had a word with Lauri Heinonen about that alcohol test thing yesterday, and of course it's not sure if that comes like from the breathalyzer test, if that comes from is the ethanol fumes affecting you so that you have the little amount of it in your system, or is it just the fumes that affect like externally to the test? Difficult to say, but of course it's not ideal if you're I mean, if that is really in your blood, and then you're kind of trying to compete with in the highest level of drift masters, and that's because of the ethanol fumes in the car. It's an interesting topic, maybe something that they need to also think about. Like, drivers, they're actually sitting quite long times in the car while they're waiting for the lineup, for example, into the the bracket sessions, battle sessions. So next time when this camera is failing, I will then start try to manually change the channel. I think if it then fails, then it doesn't, take that much away. But hey, here we go. It's Marko Sakoril. And yes, by the way, I have been trying to play with those channels earlier as well, and really didn't get too much hold of it, so. Jarkko Jylhä. And trend of solo runs in this practice seems to continue. So, waiting for the next driver to... Is it gonna be... It's another solo run or... Yes, Kevin Piskolti. He did a pretty clean lap. Let's see who we have next. And this camera is, by the way, still in the same channel, just getting a little bit... Seem to have now that little bit of a gap in the smoke due to the wind conditions, so that it is not that bad as it was at some point. Not just a white cloud of smoke. And Tim Wasselma. His typical style, running only half of the car in the practice sessions, probably saving some bumpers and rear trunk covers and whatnot. Cuba crawl. Okay, I think we have this session now and this group rolling quite nicely. Is it now Lauri Heinonen? Yes. Then we will closely follow whether Lauri will continue to make another run. Where is that pit road? I think Lauri is continuing straight, so assumably everything good with the car. If it turns right here, it should be then another lap. Yes. And we have next pair coming already. Espenrode and Jarkko Jylhä, Norway, Finland, in this duo here. And we can even see the butterflies now through this camera, so just keep it coming, please. Dave Egan and Dave Egan and Itai Sade. Something happened there. I don't know if we captured anything on camera, but let's see. Oh, I think it was just Itai Sade somehow misjudging that clip number 5 or entering clip number 5. And we have then Simon Olsen, Kevin Pishkoke. Dio Correa. Drivers starting to get some applause here. Let's see what and how did Diogo's entry go here in the replay. A little bit of gravel being pushed, and then we have Alan Hines, Lauri Heinonen. What did happen there? Let's have another look at that. I think the entry was just fine, but I saw something flying in the... Oh, it was the cone that said hello to Lauri Heinonen's front wheel. So, next one. Teemu Asunmaa. BMW M50 engine just keeps on providing. Kuba Kroll and Dave Egan. I think it is close to that very moment when there was some rain forecasted, but I saw some comment that stated that the clouds might just go past the track. We will really need to see how this works out. Dawid Sposob from Poland, making a decent run. So where are we? This is now 15 minutes into this session, or this group B, the middle group. Diego Correa, Simon Olsen. Currently already have a couple of hundreds of spectators in the grandstands. And all of a sudden, this camera is starting to give some symptoms. The link, the condition of the link seems to show basically the similar, it's the same channel, same everything, and weird. It's just that the interference there was one comment about, and actually now this device is searching for a switching to DFS1. It is automatically switching to another channel. I think it's due to this problem. It is seeing right here, so it is, there's at least some intelligence in it. There you have it. Better than new. Jajambana's car. Just itty bitty pieces of fiberglass or carbon Kevlar or whatever those panels are missing, but just also interesting whether he's gonna continue to Then the unpleasant truth is that I am feeling small raindrops. Which is not ideal, especially as I am not fully covered by the roof here. I will then need to move if that's necessary. So, and this link now has decided to go into channel DFS5. Really don't know if it's any better, but I guess it's doing some clever stuff. Who knows? Lauri Heinonen's car seems to be okay. I think it's probably now time for the drivers to take the first set of tires and get back into the lineup. But yes, good to have Jajambana back. And we have next one coming very soon. It is Pavel Korpulinski and Oiver Randalu. Excuse me, what happened here? This is now really... Pavel went straight, Oliver didn't go there at all. They just don't want to go to the last corner. And I think also this one, there was something going on in the clip 3-4 that led to all of this. Okay, Oliver just pushed it too hard. Espenrode and David Sposo. Regarding those rain drops, Jarkko Jylhän, Dave Egan coming next. So we got some raindrops, but not really many. Very few small ones, and as you could see, the windshield wipers were not on, but then it's now really interesting situation because we have those raindrops or we don't have those raindrops. I will maybe need to play it now safe to move one row up because of this weather situation. We'll take this one and then we move. Alan Hines. Let's see if this camera stays on when I move a little bit. So we're a little bit more up now, trying to prevent the rain. Driving too much. Need to adjust my things here a little bit. I think I'm gonna okay. Skitaisade and Espenrode. So it seems that it's gonna rain a little bit. It's not gonna be nice. It's almost like a repetition of yesterday, where the first group got it all dry and the second group gets. Now we have the windshield wipers on Oliver Randelu's car. In the interview yesterday, Oliver Randelu told me that he just had 2 laps and then he stopped with the practice because of the conditions. Didn't want to risk anything or didn't want to have any harm because of it. So let's see how this turns out. I think all in all the rain is not expected to be like really much, but of course if it's in a very short period of time, that is an issue. Jojon Bane coming in his car. We can clearly see that we are getting less smoke right now, that's for sure. The rain is not by any means much. It is just drizzling, and this link is now dead as well. Getting more moist run by run now. Not full wet by any means. Lauri Heinonen, Hitaissade. Now it's trying to make a comment about the rain, but it seems that 1 second it seems like it's raining more, another second it looks like it's not raining at all. So I could say it's raining a bit. Okay, it seems to be the opposite to yesterday. Yesterday it was the last corner that was the last place where we had smoke. Now it seems to be the first place to get wet. Let's see what we had there in that one. You see the raindrops falling here, there, and there's still some smoke in the first two corners. I think Marco was a little bit hot there. Nothing major. So it is some 17 minutes left of this practice group, and I'm basically under the roof here, but unfortunately the wind is from the direction where it brings the droplets in on me and my gear, and I really hope that everything will survive like it's just a little drizzle. So next it is Jakob Kroll and Jarkko Jylhä. Simon Olsen and Shashan Bane. Shashan's car sounds quite crazy, but it did it also before they crashed yesterday. So Dave Egan, Lauri Heinonen. Now there's some smoke even being generated in the last corner that I don't know. This is really not nice conditions. I think we had a little bit of an action there on that cone in the inside clip number 3. Yes, once again. Kevin Fishkolte. I think Kevin is getting more and more dialed up with the new car. Good for him. Leaving it quite shallow in the first clip, maybe playing it safe because of these conditions. Seemingly he didn't switch on the windshield wipers, so the rain is, if I would take a look on those seats on the grandstand, the rain is probably covering like 10-20% of the surface area, maybe even 30. And seemingly if you just spin the wheel, there is smoke and there is, you know, you can just drive it like it was bone dry. I don't know if the condition can change so quickly or what, but Espen had full commitment on that one for sure. So we are getting a little bit more interference here, still on the same channel as probably the last 15 minutes. Still, you know, readable, watchable. There's even that much smoke that we're having some visibility issues again. Really, really weird weather. And it seems that the seats in the grandstands are kind of on their way of drying down. So Diego Correa, Lauri Heinonen next. We have 9 minutes left of this group. Itäishade, Alan Hines. 7 minutes left. I think I probably need to wear my rain jacket soon, not because of the rain but the temperature again. Same thing as yesterday. Jarkko Jylhä, Dave Egan next. I think we have more drizzle, more water. And this camera is not again liking about something. It is now showing a little bit worse signal than before. Let's see what we can do with that. Okay, it's fighting back. That was Marco Sakoril and Diogo Correa. Marco stopping drifting for some reason. Engine related or something else, I don't know. So it is 5 minutes left now of this practice group, then it's going to be 10 minutes break and then we will have our final 50 minutes of this session and group C, the hot group. Also, yesterday I was wondering about why Pavel Korpulinski did multiple groups, but I was wondering why Pavel Korpulinski was driving in multiple groups, but I think it's probably because of he had passengers. So he probably did some passenger rides over this whole training session. Teemosunnan. Minutes left. I don't know why I'm repeating that. Maybe it's because I'm gonna put my jacket on when that session ends. If I got anything captured on that one, what happened there. Dave was really deep in there and hit the curb quite heavily and then took it to the no-go zone. And no more drama. Simon Olsen and Bonnet again. So his car seems to work pretty okay now. And we see Joshua Bonnet and Simon Olsen taking their way back into the lineup, so we should have a little bit more runs in this group. It's Jarkko Jylhä and Diego Correa. This moist wind certainly doesn't help me being keeping warm here, so let's see how that develops. Kevin Piskolten. I guess it is done for this session. At least Marko Zakoril is just driving back to the paddock. There was Simon Olsen as well. Or mine might have seen it wrong. Yes, so the break is now on between these groups B and C. They are painting the clipping boxes once more, at least in those places where it requires it, like clipping box number 5 over there before the last corner. reading through comments here. We'll grab into something if there is some nice ones. Chat would be silent if there wasn't finished trolls. Maybe not all of them are trolls. So, qualification today, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. As you mentioned, Korpulinski is getting extra track time. Is he? I think it's related to probably passenger runs. Qualification, yes, 5 o'clock in the afternoon local time. So, the good news is that I think the clouds are kind of passing and we even had a glimpse of sun here. Yeah, hey, thanks El Puercosi for reminding the people, press that like button once more, saying it probably, I don't even remember how many times, but that helps all the other people to find the stream as well. So click that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, so you don't miss any of these live streams or anything. Put on those notifications to make sure about that. So this break here is only 10 minutes, so at noon we will continue with the Group C of this practice session, and then we will have another practice session starting 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So then all of the practice will be done for today, and then it's once again my time to collect my cameras and batteries after that later session and prepare for tomorrow. And about what's happening on this channel during this event, in addition to these practice sessions, is that tomorrow we will have the top 32. After top 32 we will have, during that break, a little bit of a talks with the drivers in the paddock, probably for about an hour, but as this is my channel, I can decide about the schedule. It might be even longer, and it might even cover the top 16 drivers presentation here at the track after it, if it goes that long. And yeah, it's gonna be, of course, a little bit different to what you are seeing right now. There's a question whether I now go to zoom in that camera number 2. I'm not doing it now. It takes me probably more than 10 minutes to go to the camera and back, but I will do that during the break before the next practice session, so sorry about that. No, I'm not going to stream top 32. Top 32 you can see in Red Bull TV and Driftmaster's YouTube channel. No need for that, thank God. But yeah, after top 32, I'm gonna do the interviews in the paddock, so that is what I'm gonna do. And also, why don't you go to rollindury.fi. This is a launch page where you can then find all of my social media. I do mostly content in Instagram in addition to YouTube. There's also a profile in Facebook, which is really almost dead, but it's still there. And there's also a merch shop. If you want to have a t-shirt with a Rolling Rudy logo, it is totally possible in there. And what else? If you want to support me, of course, this is what you are doing right now, watching the stream. That is the best way and the obvious way to do that, and hopefully you enjoy the content despite of these small technical challenges every now and then. This is one-man show, driving all this myself. If I need to fix it, I need to do it myself. If I need to run to the camera, I need to run there myself. So that's the framework we are working in. And yeah, if you like it so much that you would like to support it in a way or another, money-wise, you can always join as a Rolling Rudy supporter member here in YouTube. It's $2.99 per month. And if you do it via your iPhone, it's going to be $3.99 per month. But with that, you can then join into WhatsApp group of eager fans and lots of drifting conversation. Just like that, we have Kuba Brzkonski opening the game for the practice session number 1. What? Practice group number letter C. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, but that's no surprise. So, here we go. Let's see who's next. It's Mika Keskikorpi, Joel McKeever. Very first run, not too bad for Mika. I think there was something happening with Dwayne on that last corner. So I think we had pretty much the same weather phenomenon as we had yesterday, but it was just probably 100 times milder than what it was yesterday. So it's just a bit of rain in the end of Group B, and in the beginning of Group C it's just trying out, but not really affecting too much, which is good. And it's so much smoke again. James Dean, Jack Shanahan in the last one. wait for the next tandem then. I think they are coming. It's Piotr Bianchek and Oliver Randalu. And what happened there? Oliver messed up that clip number 5 and then Piotr just spun his Supra over there. Nothing too dramatical. So, or is it dramatic? Kevin Pesur. This thing is performing poorly again. Benediktas Chirba and Kuba Bresson. It is funny. In some cases this camera is like pretty okay, but when the cars are coming then it's basically really not showing anything. Now it seems to be that when the cars are coming it's getting better, so maybe I need to consult some EMC expert on this one. Not really. We have Nicholas Bertans and Nick McLaughlin. Gotta love his style. And of course the home audience giving him applause already in the practice session. I think that car probably has the best sounding idle around the paddock. Connor Falvey, James Dean. By the way, now that I remember to say it, there's been a couple of times questions from the teams that if they want to or if they could use some of the material from my stream, and please do so. Even better if you would take that moment to credit where the material is from. So that would be always more than fine. This is not like a fine arts or anything. This is more of a documentary thing, so please do so. Connor Shanahan in the lead and Piotr Wienczek in the chase position on this run. Nasser Al-Harbali and Kevin Pesor. It's all the smoke piling up into that very last corner and the finish line. Let's see what happened there, if we can see something from the replay. Hey, Nasser's car trying to straighten there a little bit. Same goes, I think the front was washing out from both of them. First Nasser, then from Kevin. Yes. Tuomo Kiever and Benediktas Cherba. By the way, also one of my great sources of information during the preparation for the races and everything is Drift Chat. Go to follow his Instagram profile if you for some reason don't do it yet, and also go to the Discord. There's a lot of nice chat going on about Drift Masters, and if you want to know something, the first what's happening. So what's happening with the teams or project or anything, you will find it in Drift Chat, that's for sure. And we just happen to be in the home country of Drift Chat in Latvia at the moment, so also maybe for that please support him as well. And yesterday he was actually really friendly to give me and a couple of other guys a ride to see the parade so that I could actually start that in time. Oliver Randelu and Jack Shanahan, I believe. Connor Shanahan, of course. Even though the cars look like totally different, it is from the front angle. And trying to identify it based on what this camera shows sometimes might be easy to mistake from these two guys. Nick and Kevin Pesur. Oi, oi, oi. What happened there? Kevin was really with a close proximity there, but I think it's just Nick spun it on his own. I don't think there was a contact. I think Kevin's car was in that kind of an angle that contact probably was not possible. But let's see. That's why we have the replays. Only the smoke is our enemy here. Very hard to tell from that. And again, I might be wrong. I might be wrong as well. Connor Fowley on a solo run. So it is a little bit over half an hour left of this practice session. Scheduled end time will be, or is 12:50. Oh, it's Jack Shanahan and Kuba Brzkonski. And this is the practice group C, the so-called hot group, containing all the top performers in the series this season. From Instagram we can see that Ela Koko's engine is just completely out of the car, and we'll see how then they manage towards the qualification. So Juha Rintanen talked with his spotter yesterday evening, and he requested bettering up this camera angle here, and I hopefully managed to do it. And Tuomas, here is a clip for you of Juha's entry. I think it was a little bit too deep, but what do I know? Greetings to the whole team. Nasser Al-Harbali, Dwayne McKeever, hey, Mark Lydon, thank you so much for the 10 euros. So humbled about this. Somehow all of these direct donations are, you know, I don't want to beg for those, because those somehow, that feels stupid for me to do, but I'm always so super grateful for every single one of those. Ladies and gentlemen, looking good. Looking good. European check in a solo run now next. For the next driver. Just mentioning that when this is over, there is going to be a little bit over 1 hour of a break, and then it's going to be the final practice session of today and final practice session before the qualification later today, while we see Mika Keskikorpi performing through the track. well, what can you add to that? Super steady work from him as always, especially during this season. And just pay attention to Mika's car, how the throttle works. Basically the throttle is not like a direct control of the throttle body, but it is a control of torque. So he will just request a certain amount of torque with his accelerator pedal, and the car will basically make sure that he will get that amount of torque. So he tells it more drives like an electric car, the feel of it, than a normal car. Say we saw a rather rare mistake from Jack Shanahan over here, but let's see what actually happened there. It's really close to Pavel Korbulinski here. Then there's a separation, and it's also one of those, a little bit of a front washing out, or don't know. But hey, good thing that the rain is not here anymore by any means, so it is bone dry and James Dean, Connor Shanahan. That Ford Mustang, that is one noisy car. Do we have Becky Evans in the pictures? Yes, we do. Doing her job. She's back now from being away for Finland round. Jane Hölze did a great job substituting her there as a trackside host. Wouldn't that be cool to have a trackside host in a stream like this as well? Maybe. Oliver Randalu, Juha Rintanen, and this one. Okay, so the finish line camera is not liking us now. This is like holding a house of cards in a drift car, so problems child. Kevin Pesur, Mika Keskikorpi this time around, and all good. And now we have 20 minutes left of this session. The next session that's gonna start at 2 o'clock. Will be only for less than 2 hours. It's gonna be 3 groups of half an hour for each driver, so it's gonna be a short one. It's Niknat and Nasser Al-Harbali. Now it's gonna be noisy. It was. I think there you can see the difference what comes when you have the maximum grip in the lead car and 265 limited grip in the chase car. That's what sort of a gap it is possible to pull. So that's why Nasser Al-Harbali is using 265 tires, the narrower tire in the qualification and probably now in the practice towards qualification, and then switches to 285 when it's more grip needed in the chases. So interesting choice, but McKeever and Connor Shanahan. Opening the door, probably getting some of the smoke out. So all in all, despite that little splash of water we had, or I wouldn't call it a splash, maybe a drizzle or droplets, but regardless of that, I think the weather is pretty ideal. It's not too sunny, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's really, really extremely bearable, I would say. And yeah, here we are. Still 17 minutes to go on this session. Kuba Bruskonski and Oliver Randalu next. So let's take that again. I'm not sure if I captured it. Sorry, Kuba. I think it just went a little bit too deep. And there you can see my hesitation. What should I film now? Somebody told me always film lead, but I just somehow managed to pick that something is happening. So waiting for the next. Question: has anyone crashed today? Not really. Piotr Vienczek and Juha Rintanen. I think they have probably done some tune up for Piotr's car, because I don't think it has given that loud bangs before, like for the anti-lag. It sounds like shooting a cannon. It didn't do that before. So there must be some sort of a new tune in it, or Maybe it's only kind of happening here in Riga or whatnot, but I really never paid attention to that before. So, and that kind of loud bangs really usually kind of, you will notice that. Jack Shanahan, Kevin Pesor, and a drone. And the drone operator. Kudos to these guys. These are like the fighter jet pilots of camera world. Okay, Connor Fowley seemingly in a solo run. There was also Nasser Al-Harbali, but following so far behind that couldn't get him into the same images here. It's a good moment to realize that I actually improved my ergonomy here quite much by adjusting the pan bar that I use to control the camera to be lower, so that I don't need to have my arm in an awkward angle all the time. So it's good maybe when it's not completely over yet. Benediktas Cirva. That was it for him for this run. By the way, if you wonder why when you're even in a solo run and the guys will take the inside line there when they interrupt their run, is that they don't want to pick all of the rubber from the outside of the corner into their front tires, so that's why they always pull into the inside of the track. And we are waiting for more runs. 10 minutes to go. Should be able to have at least close to 10 runs. Then it's James Dean and which of the Shanahan? and a jack of the Shanahans. And yes, the news, just to recap a little bit, Jajon Bonnet has driven today just fine, no issues whatsoever. Car is a little bit scarred, but he was okay with it. Korpulinski and Conor Fowley. Kuba Bruskonski on his St. Appears solo run. Someone in my supporter group just told that it had been like flooding in the city center of Riga, so like so much rain, but luckily it is not the situation here right now. It's a solo run from Mika Keskikorpi. Why not? So, then it's Connor Shanahan, Troy McKeever. I think it's been quite clean practice session now, especially towards the end. I think the only hassle we had was the engine blowout of Ila Koko. George Christopher, unfortunate one for him at this time of the weekend when you would probably more likely prepare for the qualification itself than replace an engine. Him as well, he is the main mechanic of the car, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna be there doing the job. Piotr Wienczek and James Lee, one of the top minutes time left. And yes, after that 3 minutes, it's gonna be the break. A little bit over an hour. I will go and try to fix that zoom level of that one camera, pointing towards the second corner. And from number 3 and 2 and 3. But before that, we have some runs. Juha Rintanen, Nasser Al-Harbali. Oh no! What happened there? Bad angle. Hopefully it would have been nice if this was already just zoomed in. Juha is getting really in there, or was there a touch from Nasser before the spin or only after? Who knows? Kevin Pesur according to the original schedule is 1 minute. One more minute left. Let's see, and we will get a confirmation very soon about it. think this break is probably... Yes, there will be at least one run. Oliver Randalu, Benedictas Tirba, the yellow-black car. See until the very end whether there's gonna be more runs or not. It seems that the track marshals are not getting into the track just yet, so it might be one more left, depending on the, of course, the situation in the lineup, whether anybody went there or not. Yes, we have Holger Pulinski, Mika Keskikorpi. Finnish fans already here, giving big hand to Mika Keskikorpi. No, do we still have one more? Of course we would like to have one more, that's for sure. The weather is turning to better, I would say. The sun is almost shining. What is the situation on the track? I see leaf blower guys and the paint guys on their way to the track, so this is now in the end, and I think it was a pretty good training session, not too much water, not too much hassle. We are waiting for the next one, which will be then last stream from me today. I'm actually quite happy to get a little bit of a rest yesterday. That over, I think it was in total over 4.5 hours of stream was a little bit tough, but it was worth the achievement of the 10,000 subscribers. So thank you once again to every one of you who watch these streams and support me in a way or another. And I will now cut this down and cut this off and go to adjust that one camera, which is over there, right in the middle of the screen. So, hey, see you in a little bit more than an hour. Stay tuned for that.